We are just 4 days from the historic matchup between Duke and UNC, the first time they have ever met in the NCAA tournament. It is more than just basketball. It is North Carolina culture on the national stage.
For more than 100 years, Duke University and UNC-Chapel Hill have battled it out. The rivalry has had a major impact on our state. 2 Months Ago's Ben Briscoe spoke to one fan who helped the two schools come together for a bigger cause.
This cookie shows how sweet Pam Cole is on Carolina. She had them made for her son Max's bar mitzvah. 17 years later, the edible snapshot is still in her fridge.
Husband keeps saying, Pam, aren't you going to throw away that cookie? And I just can't do it. Can you believe it? I hope it doesn't smell when I take it out.
Why do you still have this?
You know, to have a picture of my son with Roy, you know, I just couldn't throw it away.
Like any Tar Heels fan, Pam's feelings towards Duke have always been pretty salty.
I've been part of this rivalry since 3rd grade. It is so fierce and it is a cultural thing. I try to explain to people, my friends who are not from North Carolina, and they don't always get it. We have different cultures. We're a public institution. Duke is a private institution. We're 8 miles apart. We're in North Carolina basketball heaven.
Pam and Max have traveled the country cheering on the Heels, yelling loudest anytime they play the Blue Devils. But right as Carolina won the national championship in 2017.
He was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, which is the version of breast cancer that kills people.
Pam was at the hospital in her Carolina blue gown, being treated by someone wearing a Duke Blue national championship t-shirt. That got her thinking. Pam's an executive director at Susan G. Komen in Raleigh and had met the cancer researchers at both UNC and Duke.
I knew they were working on important research in their own little tunnels, but I also knew that several of them were working on similar things like immunotherapy and a vaccine and all kinds of things. And it just, you know, was an epiphany for me one day. Good grief, is there a way that we can get Duke and UNC to work together to find the cure?
So Pam called up the head researcher at UNC and asked what it would take.
She said it'd have to be at least $1 million. And I actually think she thought that would scare me. And I said, $1 million, we should be able to do that to get Duke and UNC, these rivals, to work together on something so important.
Between Race for the Cure, speaking across the community, and reaching out to pretty much every person she knows, Pam and her team helped raise $1.5 million for the joint project.
The amount of money that Komen raised for this is extraordinary.
Enough that UNC and Duke released this video announcing a new partnership, launching the Metastatic Breast Cancer Collaborative Research Initiative.
Hats. So look forward to working together, Shelley.
Has it already started generating some new ideas?
Yeah, we've already done some model exchanges. We're doing some of the first tests.
Even one of the Duke researchers gives the credit to Carolina diehard Pam. Do you think this would have happened without Pam?
No, I don't think it would at all. I don't think Pam was instrumental in pushing this initiative.
We have a lot of fun and fierce conversations about this rivalry when I'm trying to raise money for this initiative. But, you know, I do find a way to appreciate all that Duke brings to the table and helping to find the cures.
I think that I have learned a lot about just kind of being respectful of an opponent and the importance of being willing to collaborate even when you see maybe some philosophical differences on the outer edges of who they are.
As for Pam's health,
I was told initially I had 2 to 3 years to live, but I'm 5 years and I'm only on my 2nd line of treatment, so all that's good.
She's even feeling well enough to bite off another round of fundraising, trying to bring in an additional $1 million for the partnership. For her, that would be the icing on the cookie. This time with UNC and Duke. Ben Briscoe, 2 Wants to Know.